Imagine this. You're sitting in ancient Rome, the crowd is roaring, lions are roaring louder, and suddenly, out walks a modern Navy SEAL. Night vision goggles, combat knife, suppressed rifle. The crowd has no idea what's about to happen, and neither does history. So, what if a modern Navy SEAL somehow got teleported back to the Roman Colosseum? How would he fare against Rome's finest gladiators, and maybe even a few lions? Let's find out. Alright, first, let's set the scene. It's 80 AD. The Colosseum is packed with 50,000 screaming Romans. Gladiators with swords, shields, and spears are ready to fight to the death. And then, boom, a strange figure appears. He's wearing a Kevlar vest, digital camo, a helmet, and carrying an M4 rifle with a red dot sight. The Roman crowd is stunned. Some think he's a god. Others think he's a demon. But our SEAL? He's just trying to figure out where the Wi-Fi went. Now, let's talk about what a Navy SEAL actually brings to the table. These guys are trained for every situation, land, sea, air, you name it. They can shoot accurately, move silently, and think strategically. In modern combat, a SEAL can engage enemies over hundreds of meters with precision. Meanwhile, your average Roman gladiator has a sword, a wooden shield, and armor made of bronze or leather. Impressive for the time, but not exactly bulletproof. So the fight begins. The emperor gives the signal. Trumpets blare, and a dozen gladiators charge forward. The SEAL flips his safety off. Pop, pop, pop. In a few seconds, the fight is over before the crowd even realizes what just happened. They've never seen a weapon like this before. No smoke, no arrows, just thunder and death. But wait, let's not make it too easy. Let's say his ammo runs out. No more bullets. Just one man and his training. Now it gets interesting. He pulls out his combat knife, a K-bar blade sharper than anything in ancient Rome. The gladiators surround him, thinking they have the advantage. But remember, SEALs are masters of hand-to-hand combat. He uses jiu-jitsu moves to disarm one, elbows another, uses a shield like Captain America, and turns the fight into pure chaos. And then comes the lion. Because no Colosseum show is complete without one. A giant, hungry beast leaps out of the cage. The crowd goes insane. The SEAL quickly scans for exits, spots a spear on the ground, and takes position. When the lion charges, he sidesteps, drives the spear into its shoulder, and finishes it off. The Romans lose their minds. They've never seen combat like this. Some start worshipping him as Mars, the god of war. Others just faint. Now here's the twist. After his victory, the emperor demands he join the Roman army. Imagine that, a Navy SEAL training legions of Roman soldiers, teaching them modern tactics, stealth missions, and teamwork. The Roman Empire might become unstoppable. Instead of marching in tight lines, they'd be using cover, camouflage, and coordinated ambushes. They'd dominate Europe, Asia, Africa, maybe even invent special forces 2,000 years early. But here's the problem. Once his modern gear wears out, and without supply lines, the SEAL's advantage fades fast. No resupply, no gunpowder, no communication gear. Eventually, he'd have to adapt, teaching the Romans what he knows, turning history upside down. In just a few decades, you might see Roman night raids, primitive submarines, or even early rifles. The world could be completely different by the Middle Ages. So, could a Navy SEAL survive in the Colosseum? Absolutely, at least at first. With modern weapons and tactics, he'd be untouchable. But once the ammo's gone, survival depends on skill, adaptability, and luck. The real question isn't if he'd win. It's how much history would change because of him. Maybe the Romans would leap centuries ahead in military innovation. Or maybe they'd just call him a god and build a statue. Either way, the legend of the man from the future would echo through the ages. So what do you think? Could a Navy SEAL really conquer the Colosseum? Or would the Romans find a way to take him down? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button if you'd watch this movie. And subscribe for more wild, what-if scenarios like this one. Until next time, stay curious, stay brave, and never run out of ammo.